And it's the affidavit. All right. Advantage, bang, boys. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Yo, we'll fuck bang. Any of you dogs up. Bang, yo, bang. You challenged my boys. Bang, bang. You know, people need to do some soul searching. And did you give attention to people like the grifter, the glare? The guy's a pure grifter. All right. He doesn't believe in anything. I guarantee he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't believe that Karen Reed's innocent or guilty. He doesn't care. He hasn't looked at the evidence. It's not about that for him. It's about appealing to an audience to build viewers and riding that out as long as it lasts. He's from Tennessee. As soon as it's over, he'll find somewhere else to grift. It's a good scam. He knows that conspiracies sell. He's not stupid. He just doesn't care. He's not looked into the evidence. He probably has never looked into anything seriously in his life. He's found an easy way to grift. That's what grifters do. But how many people are supporting him by watching him, by feeding that? I don't know. So I think people that are doing that at some point have to do some soul searching in this case. Somebody mentioned at Dave had a very good get together this weekend at a VFW post. I understand it went very well. And somebody there mentioned, you know, what's the deal with Kevin? Is this just, I've worked in the medical industry, and people that have cancer have anger and are lashing out. No, come on. That's crazy. I mean, I really only expressed anger once on this show, and it built up all summer. It was frustration at myself, disappointment in myself, at standing silently when I watched people being called horseface and I didn't say anything. I felt a lot of frustration at that. And then I also just, for myself, my approach has always been to ask questions. And I was doing what Aiden called the both sides thing. You know, I understood. I think most people should understand common sense that what we were getting was a defense theory and defense jobs. And the defense job in a trial is to concoct theories out of the little pieces that are left over and try to sell it. And people should have some kind of common sense understanding that that was what was going on. It doesn't mean, I don't mean this, I'm not saying that the defense was wrong, but that's what defenses do. And we hadn't seen the other side. And I was just asking regular questions about that and was getting attacked very hard for it. It felt like a really lonely spot because to me, it felt like I was the only one asking questions. Now, that's not true. There were others, but I just wasn't aware of them. I didn't know where they were. If they had a Facebook group, I wasn't invited. I didn't know where it was. And I'm sure the Alberts and the McCabe's and the Proctors felt that 1,000 times more because here they are in their community and they feel alone because they're being attacked by friends and neighbors and people they've worked with and frequent in their business. Not all of them. A lot of people supported them, but it must have been shocking to find that level of attack and you feel alone. But I felt that in my own way on the channel, like nobody that was with me was asking questions or believed, at least early on, believed in they all fully supported the conspiracy. There was a point later where they questioned it, but didn't want to do so publicly. It was a difficult spot for me to be in. I didn't want the mob to go after my partners because the mob is nasty. You see it now, certainly. And yes, there are sometimes people on both sides that do it, but that turtle mob is nasty. I'm not talking about everybody that believes that Karen might be innocent, but the mob itself was nasty and very much is involved with this idea that anybody that even just asks questions, you're going to go digging into their background and try to find something. So it was kind of a lonely spot. But so it was building up inside me. But the one time that the famous outburst episode, you know, it had to happen. And that's the only time I've really expressed anger on the channel. The only person that's been asking questions on both sides on this. Now you could get even better evidence in some ways from Kate Peter, but she doesn't do as many shows. So I've been out here front and center by myself, taking on these questions from a both sides kind of approach. You won't get that on the Grifters channel. You won't get that on any of the other channels. So you won't get it. So I'm trying to do that. And so a lot of these things do have answers. Sean is trying to come on now. So he did accept the invite, and we'll see him in a moment. And I think he's having a problem with his camera or his mic or something, but we'll give him a moment there. And I'll get a drink of coffee.